Hello, how's your Sunday? Stem cell transplant reverses diabetes in world's first. That's very interesting. In the world first, type 1 diabetes has been reversed in a 25-year-old woman in China after she received a transplant of reprogrammed cells from her own body. The woman began producing her own insulin less than 3 months after receiving the transplant in 2023. The results published a year later in a journal Cell show that the woman no longer needs to inject insulin. Wow. Type 1 diabetes is a condition where the body can't make insulin, a hormone that helps control blood sugar levels. This happens because the immune system attacks and destroys insulin-producing cells in the pancreas by mistake. Without insulin, sugar stays in the blood and cannot enter the body's cell to provide energy, so people with the type 1 diabetes need to inject insulin every day to manage their blood sugar levels. However, cell biologist Hong Kukui Deng and his colleagues decided to try something that had never been done before. In a 2023 trial, the scientists extracted cells from 3 people with type 1 diabetes, including a 25-year-old woman, and returned those cells to a pluripotent state in which they can become any kind of cell in the body. Such pluripotent cells are called stem cells. The scientists used these stem cells to create groups of cells that can produce insulin and then injected these groups of cells into the patient's abdomen. More than a year after her transplant, the woman from Tianjin, China told Nature, "I can eat sugar now." And she says she now enjoys a variety of foods, particularly hot pot. Her blood sugar levels remain stable for 98% of her day, and she no longer requires insulin injections. That's nice. James Shapiro, a transplant surgeon and a researcher at the University of Alberta in Edmonton, Canada, told Nature they've completely reversed diabetes in a patient who previously required substantial amounts of insulin. According to Nature, Deng said the results of the other 2 patients in the trial are also very positive and hopes to trial the stem cell transplant method on another 10 to 20 patients after November 2024. Discussion. What are your thoughts on this world first accomplishment? Excellent. I know there are many people who had trouble with diabetes, so it's a good news. Is the number of people suffering from diabetes in rise in your country? Yes. Do you think a cure for diabetes will be widely available within your lifetime? I think so. It came to this far, so. What other diseases or conditions do you hope science will find a cure for in the near future? What was that? 地方症. Jeez, it slipped it off my brain. Have you, see this is the problem. Have you heard of any exciting medical discoveries recently? Further discussion, how do you, and leukemia too, leukemia, that's a bad disease too. How do you imagine your country's healthcare ranks compared to others? How do you expect healthcare and medicine to change over your lifetime? I hope it's going to change many things so people don't need to suffer a lot. What do you think are the biggest healthcare challenges the world is facing? Such a long period of suffering on the disease. So the people who needs to care them are suffering too. Do you know anyone who works as a scientist or is studying to become one? Yeah, my family is one of them. The scientist is not a person who gives the right answers. He is one who asks the right questions. Haha. Claude Lévi-Strauss. What are your thoughts on this quote? Actually, that's true. The right question will draw the right answer.